Ladies and gentlemen, HEX community of all ages, hey, Jake Freedom here, coming to you live from YouTube for this week's HEX Update Saturday for April 19th, 2014. And although the patch may not be that exciting or contain that many changes, we have a very wicked, cool announcement. And that announcement is closed beta. Yes, closed beta is finally upon us 7 months after the release of alpha. CZE is shooting for April 23rd, next Wednesday, to go closed beta. Until that time, we still have all the cards, from with the alpha and whatnot. So we have limited time to play with all of them and figure out, what exactly we want to do. If haven't played with a lot of the shard colors, like blood, for example. I haven't played a whole lot with that. We got to figure out some stuff and how we want to do some things, since we're going to be without any cards. All we're going to have is our booster packs, and I think it'll bring an interesting challenge, to the game itself. Now everybody's not going to have every single card. Now we're going to have to, buy packs and open them up and, see what cards we get and construct decks that way, instead of just like, oh, here we go, we can just do this, and this. I would assume probably the decks that everybody's putting together are very expensive decks. Now we're going to be able to get into, some lower cost decks that are still effective, versus some high cost decks, etc., and things like that. I think it'll be really cool. And then I think with that, we might start a series, of deck building versus cost. So I think that'll bring whole another, I don't know if you want to say, level of gameplay to the actual game itself. So I'm really excited about that. So April 23rd, closed beta, card wipe from there, and all we have is our booster packs. Now, let's get on to the actual update. Like I said, the update's probably, it's not too exciting, but it's still an update. Let's take a look here. Okay, so first of all, one of the new features that CZE implemented into HEX here is our stash. What is our stash, you might ask? Okay, well, with the stash, those are going to hold things that are non-card items. If you're familiar with how the game is actually going to work, which you may or may not be, all the cards are going to be able to have equipment equipped to them, such as boots and helmets and swords, or whatever. So the stash is where all those things are going to go, and I can actually pull the stash up here for you so we can take a look at it. And my inventory stash right now consists of 3 legendary chests, 2 uncommon chests, 1 common chest, and 189 booster packs. Now these chests you get when you open up booster packs. Let's see if we can show you that. So let's just go ahead and let's just buy 20 packs here, and hopefully we'll get a primal pack, because they finally got art for the actual primal pack, and it notifies you that, hey, you've got a primal pack, and primal packs consist of really cool cards. So we'll go ahead and click buy 20, and we did not get a primal pack. Let's do it again. Buy 20 more. There we go. Primal pack. You've won a primal pack. The packs include 13 rares, 2 legendaries, and 1 legendary treasure chest. So there's no common or uncommon cards in a primal pack. What do primal packs look like when you open them? Well, let's take a look. Let's just grab the primal pack. I like the art. It's got Uranaz, the dragon, as a cover. I like that. So it goes blah 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 blah. And look at that. We got Jadim is our legendary. We got High Tomb Lord, and all the rest are just rares. Primal packs are so cool. I like them a lot. But it's a chance that you won't get one. As you just saw, I had to buy 40 packs just there, to do that. So 40 packs is going to cost quite a bit of money. Granted, right now I have 70,000 platinum, so it's no problem. But when we get a card wipe, that's going to be a problem. I'm probably not just going to dump, $40. How much would that be? What are packs? $4 a piece or something like that? I don't know the cost right now, but let's just say they're $3 a piece times 4 is $120. Probably not going to do that. Excuse me. But anyway, so that's that. And then what happens is, then you get this chest. The chests currently aren't working. There's a bug that they've got going on, with them, whatnot. These buttons down here don't have any text, but no big deal. We're going to get that fixed. They have till Wednesday to get that fixed, and I think they're going to do it. So that's that. So then if we go back to the inventory here, and we took the stash, now we have 4 legendary chests, etc. Now you get a chest, even when you open up normal booster packs, you get a chest of some sort. What's in the chests yet? I don't remember exactly what's going to be in there, but as soon as they get the thing fixed, we're going to find out. So now, as you can see, I've got 229 booster packs. It'd be really wicked if it stayed that way, but it's not going to. So that's the stash. What other things did they change? There's a lot of stuff to tournaments. The card preview has been re-added to draft. Round numbers are now correct. The rewards rule button should now function properly in tournaments, etc. The Swiss tournaments, there were some issues with those. They got them all corrected, with assigning players, pairing them up, and people probably getting a bye if they didn't have anybody to play. Things like that. Let's see, tournaments are now correctly listing as of 60 minutes per round. They weren't before, and there's new audio cue. There's a new audio cue when the tournament is actually ready. It'll alert you one way or another. So if you're not paying attention, if you're doing something else, waiting for a tournament to go, you'll have an audio cue, so you know, hey, it's time to go. Let's see what else here. Players who receive buys will now have their standings updated accordingly, which is good. Okay. So some general stuff. There's a lot of stuff here. I'm not going to go over all of it because I'm sure it's probably pretty boring. But new accounts are asked to choose a starter deck at first login. That'll happen. And like we said, the primal packs now have a new image. We showed that there. The coin flip scene has been improved. Let's see. Let's take a look at that. Let's go into the proving grounds here. Let's just play the AI real quick. We'll play our Hydra Ping deck. That's a cool little graphic there. This is kind of cool. This is all new here. Very nice. Yes, they've updated this quite a bit. That's and this is a new thing too. Now, before it would just say, hey, who goes first, who goes second. Now it looks like I won the coin toss, so I can either choose to play first or draw first. So I'm going to go ahead and play first. That's kind of a neat deal there, so you can actually choose if you win the coin toss. So we won't play through this whole hand here. We'll just wanted to demonstrate that there. There's some other there's sound effects that they've added in, but I never play with the sound, etc. So I'm not too worried about that. They've changed the gems when they land in here. They're no longer just like a blob or whatever the heck they were before. So that's pretty cool there. Lots of neat stuff going on there. I think I've shown you the end screen. They don't have the stats yet on the end screen, which I wish they'd really get that, because I'm really looking forward to the stats and see how things are actually going, how things progress throughout the game, what I did and how I did this. And those stats are really, really important. Well, to me anyway, I think they are, because they're, how did you play that round? What did you do? What did you do? This, that, and the other thing. So I like that. Hopefully they get that in there soon. Let's see here. You're no longer able to save more than 15 cards in your reserve. I wasn't aware that you weren't even able to do that, because I have yet to use reserves. Let's see here. Matchmaking, the proving grounds will now obey the 30-minute rematch timer, preventing you from being rematched with the same player twice successively. That's a change I don't agree with, because nobody used the play button anyway. This play button right here, very few people use it, so now people are going to start using it. And there's two people in there and they've already played each other. They have to wait 30 minutes to play each other again if they're the only two people in there. I disagree with that. They need to get rid of that. Not a fan of that one at all. So that needs to go. Let's see here. All the targeting arrows should now hit their proper locations before their little thing, whatever they call it. When you're attacking, it wasn't quite lined up on the actual champion. They've got that fixed. It is good. Primal packs now correctly contain 2 legendaries and 13 rare cards. Well, I haven't come across a time that I've got a primal pack prior to this patch, so I didn't even know that. Oh, let's see here. Removed underscores from various texts in the game. Great. Up and down arrows now work in chat. The mulligan animation is faster. Removed continue button from victory screen in tournaments. The mail and friends window should now have less overlapping layering issues. Good. These are just all polishing fixes here. There's no major fixes that are coming into the game anymore, because they've been working on it for 7 months. Well, longer than that, but since they released it. So now we're just coming down to the nitpicky stuff. So they're not going to be anything major. Oh, here's one. You can now only save up to 300 cards in a deck. Okay, awesome. I've never saved any more than 60, but I've seen people play with a large deck, and whatever, that's whatever they want to do, no problem there. Drop-down menus in the cards manager now close automatically when you click away from them. Let's take a look at the card manager. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this last time they did update the card manager. Yeah, I think I did because they brought the search out here. Yeah, I mentioned that, so I thought that was good. Now we have, you can search by sockets. You can search by your cards have equipment. This, that, and the other thing. This is good. All good stuff. All fine-tuning, polishing stuff. What else is there here? Not a whole lot because, like I said, they're coming down to the nitpicky, fine-tuning stuff. And just some general gameplay stuff. The fiendish capitalist should now function properly. Booby trap should now function again because we all knew that booby trap had a problem depending on who was milling the card. Like if you were, if the opponent was just drawing, or if you were using one of your champions to mill, sometimes it wouldn't always trigger and go off. Let's see here. You can no longer lose the game if the Transcendence Draw Replacements ability failed to find a card. Bottled Vitae's payment power can no longer be used as quick speed. The Kraken no longer dies when you put him out via Eye of Creation. Now, Eye of Creation, as we said before, was debuffed or nerfed. I guess you want to call it nerfed last patch, and so we thought that was going to cause a lot of people not to play that card as much, but there's still a lot of Eye of Creation decks being used, and Eye of Creation had some issues where if you brought a troop out that was a 0/0 but got buffed, like say Honeycap comes out as a 0/0 and then he gets buffed based on how many threshold you have of the wild shard. And I guess with Eye of Creation, it was just seeing them as a 0/0 and they die right away. There's a couple troops like that. I think Ozawa was one of them. Basically, anything that came out with a 0/0 it would die right away. So we got that corrected. This is an interesting one here because I thought this was fixed. It says you can now interrupt counter magic without the game halting. I thought they fixed that like 3 or 4 patches ago. I don't know. The card text on Jadim, Eye of Creation, Blood Cauldron, Ritualist, and Induction Coil have been fixed to reflect their design from last patch. Just a few known issues yet. Starter deck icons are missing in the stash. Buttons in the Wheel of Fate interface are missing text like I showed you there. And pack and pick numbers while drafting are not correct. They still have an issue with that for some reason. So that is, that's the actual patch notes. This is the actual update they gave us, for the closed beta coming out on the 23rd here. They say, "Hi Hexers, happy to announce the closed beta will begin on April 23rd. Of course, this requires a few odds and ends to fall into place, but as of today, they were confident, this was on the 18th and they posted this, they were confident that they would have everything wrapped up on the client and be ready for Wednesday." They're going to update us via the Twitter account. So like I said, so the target date is 4/23/2014. There may be some unforeseen issues, but they don't see any right now. So all of our accounts have been replicated over to the beta hardware, which I guess the beta hardware sounds like light years ahead of what we're playing on now. So it should be all right. I think Chris Woods gave told us that if the alpha hardware could support like 100 games. And not have any issues, where the beta hardware could support like 1,000 games and not have any issues. So I mean, it's just light years ahead of what we're on right now. So that's really good. Just showing us the stash here, and then they finally are going to satisfy all the Mac users. They have a client now live for OS X, and that's available. I'm, for one, not a Mac user, so I don't know if it works well or not. So I don't know. Another thing too, their art director, Tyler James, he's currently at WonderCon in Anaheim, California. I'm nowhere near Anaheim, California. I'm halfway across the country from California. But if any of you all out there are around that area, they say, hey, go ahead and stop by. Say hi to him. He's in booth AA-170. Said he'd love to meet you. I think it'd be really cool. It'd really be awesome if they brought some of these events to like the Midwest, so we don't have to travel so far. But it's not so bad living in the center of the country, because no matter which coast you have to go to, it's the same amount of time basically. Whereas if I lived in Pennsylvania and had to go to California, that's a long ways. So there's good and bads, pros and cons to everything, I guess. So other than that, that's going to be it for this update here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I'm getting excited. I'm really excited for that closed beta. I want everybody to get rid of all the cards. the Kickstarters who got in on the actual Kickstarter are going to have a little bit of advantage because they get a few more packs, and they get these Lotus Gardens, these Lotus Garden cards. And if I'm understanding the Lotus Garden right, it is very similar to what the Black Lotus from Magic. Very powerful card, maybe. We'll see. Hopefully they get the auction house coming in soon. I think that'll be fun. I think that once everything is out, I have a lot of ideas going on for videos that we can do. As far as pack giveaway, building sets and giving them away on this or on the Twitch stream. So there's a lot of stuff, a lot of ideas, rolling around in my head. If you guys have any ideas of what you think would be really cool, for as far as pack giveaways or building decks and then giving them away or whatever, let me know. It'd be fun. So looking forward to it. Hopefully you are too. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, go and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of these videos, go ahead and click subscribe below, and we'll have another video for you soon.